but we're talking training camp right now. Spenny, bring me up to speed. The Emmanuel Mosley thing.
Torn pec.
Torn pec.
Yeah.
What's that, about a half a season?
Yeah.
Damn.
About 12 to 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That is a nasty.
Yeah.
CJ tore his in week 2 last year. He was back week 18.
Yeah.
That is a nasty injury, and I'm going to say it again 2 days in a row because you weren't here, Neil. If people haven't seen it before, think movie Aliens. Think movie. It rolls up in your chest, and there's this giant lump right there.
Yeah.
And you're half expecting a giant alien to come popping out. It is a nasty injury. That just sucked for that guy. I mean, just can't catch a break.
Yeah. So that kind of sucks. But again, guys, you're not walking in January. You don't have all these same dudes. It's not the same 22 dudes in January.
Yep.
That's facts.
So, and it's cold to say, but we move on because that's what the good teams do.
All you got to do. That's exactly it.
Like that's what it is. Bring me up to speed, James Houston. Anything, anybody?
I haven't heard
Not
anything
much.
significant about him.
Nobody
though.
said a word?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No news is good news, my pops used to say. So.
All right, that's fair. All right, so I just wanted to get up to date on that as well, and just see what I missed, and I'm guessing not much, just a bunch of training camp stuff. Are people concerned? Secondary stuff, the Malik Neighbors thing, parlayed with the Mosley thing.
I'm not yet.
It raises your eyebrow though. I can tell.
Little, yeah,
I know that look on your face.
Yeah, a little bit. But I guess if I'm being fair, this was we're going to have to wait and see proposition anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. Based on, again, what you just said in the last segment. This was a let's wait and see proposition. I don't think you are going to win anybody over one way or the other until you see it on the field. And if Matthew Stafford goes and lights them up, well, then everybody and their brother's going to cry and go, I told you, see? And if those guys perform, people are going to say, I told you, see? And they're going to use that small sample size. But right now, honestly, Neil, I don't think we have enough data to decide one way or the other. That was all along, whether people wanted to admit it or not, even if you try to force it on the plate, this is a wait and see. I don't think there's anything anybody can say. There's nothing that's going to happen in an exhibition game, to be sure, that's going to make me go, shwoo, boy, that's one less thing to worry about. I'm sorry, it's still exhibition football.
Yeah.
Have the people ran to the get Xavier Howard?
No.
Like, you know how they just run to the free agent list and say, go sign this guy?
Well, I mean, we
Yes,
talked
they have.
We talked about it a little bit on the morning show because of the E-Man injury. Maybe
Was Sam still conscious for this discussion, or had he passed out already?
At this point, yes. But, with the E-Man injury, we talked about maybe bringing in another veteran. Of course, Stephon Gilmore's been the name of the offseason because his brother is here. But I don't think it would be a bad thing if they brought a veteran corner in. But overall, I think they're still good. They have a lot of depth there. And,
So they're good, but they're not good.
Yeah.
Kind of like us.
Yeah, pretty much.
We good, but we not good.
I don't know if we ever gonna be good.
And that's disappointing.
I know, man. We working on it though. we don't gotta call KDK. We gonna figure this out, man.
all right, we will. No, I mean, I guess, Sean, that is the one thing, right? Because I hear it, and for me it's a little different because I operate differently than most, going back to last segment, talking about the rookie parlay at the cornerback spot, where it's in my nature to think one of them's not going to work because I take the analytical approach to it. You put Mosley down, and look, if you're in a spot where you were counting on Mosley, you're in a bad spot. I'll just say it like that because of the track record. My eyebrow is raised, and I don't like where it's trending. I'll just say that. And it's not doom and gloom. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. I wore my Lions hat today. We're
but
good.
You said that all that matters is the regular season. That's why I'm surprised to hear you say that.
No, but and that's where I go back to. However, if you want to lean, Sean, I'm mildly worried about. It's just you parlay that with the Kaminsky thing, which people forgot about.
Got it. That's
Who
where I
was a
going.
quality depth guy.
No, he was. Yeah.
Your kicker is out for the year as well. I don't like the start. Like when you play a round of golf and you bogey the first. I feel like that's where we're at with it. Like we're not off to a great start.
You think
There's nothing wrong with looking at this analytically or logically. And I think sometimes people kind of take that the wrong way. Can we play the game of what if? All right, is it safe to say that losing John Kaminsky hurts, right?
Yeah.
This was a guy that we thought was going to take some pressure off of Hutch and make that unit better. So you take him out, right? Now, can the answer still lie within? Yes. Yes, before you start yelling, yes. The answer can still lie within. But I don't think you're looking at both sides of the coin, and quite frankly, you're becoming that which you detest, as we brought up New York media just a few minutes ago. If you don't say, okay, what if? What if what Neil Rule is saying is right? What if one of these guys hits and the other one's kind of struggling? What if some of those issues from last year become more prevalent up front, and all of a sudden this unit has to take from something else to try to generate that pass rush? Is it, oh my gosh, World War III, we're going 9-8 now? No, but I think if we're looking at this logically and analytically, those are questions that we have to say. Now, my default mode right now is Brad Holmes. Cool. I'm cool. I got pretty good faith. I'm going to say it again, Neil. I think he's got the biggest credit line in town, and I don't have a lot of reason to doubt him. But I think what you're saying is logical. You're not hating.
No.
You're saying, hey, there's two sides of this. Let's look at this logically.
Yeah. I don't think it's hate either, but I would go a step further and say, wouldn't you want him to be kind of getting burnt, I guess you would say, in training camp? Because, I mean, Malik Neighbors is one thing, but he is going to go against bigger, badder receivers, Justin Jefferson, things throughout the season. He's going to have to learn from these things. So I would much rather him be getting cooked up in training camp right now. That way he, as the season comes,
I would rather him be
adjust.
shutting people down.
Of course.
If we're going to do this route, no, I would prefer that he be really good.
We would love Revis Island, but that's just not realistic. Lockdown corners don't really exist in NFL football these days.
I agree with you.
So, yeah, we just want him to be able to learn from his mistakes and adjust. So I don't necessarily mind it. It's not DEFCON 5. He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. I
agree. Terry Foster and I were talking about that last week, Neil. I'm going to jump right on that. The way the game has changed, there isn't a Revis Island. There isn't a Deion Sanders taking away half of the field anymore. You can still be one of the best corners in the game. But when you've got so many people running amok down the field and so many options, man, the game has changed. That's the reality of it. You just want to make sure that you have a unit. And part of that goes back to what we were just talking about. Yeah, I want to be cool with the defensive backfield, but I want to get that pass rush. Tony Dungy said it like 15 years ago, and I, honest to God, I think nobody paid attention to him for a good 10 years, okay? Do you know what the National Football League is today? What can my quarterback do to you, and how can you get to the other team's quarterback? Yeah. That's the National Football League. Mm-hmm. You can drop defense wins championships. You can drop all that. I mean, that's the league.
Special team swings games.
That's the way. Like, tell me I'm wrong though. Like that's the NFL today. They're certainly made rules to that effect. They're calling the game to that effect. It is, what can our quarterback and what he has at his disposal do to your team, and how can you disrupt our quarterback? I mean, that's the National Football League today.
Woodward Sports Chat thread. Jump in to there, get your thoughts out there, and get in. The Ski Mask Boy. I'm on United Flight 2185, ready for departure. Shout out. I hope you have a good trip. Skies were bumpy yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate turbulence.
And I'm not a guy that is, for all the flights I do, I'm cool with all of it.
Yeah.
Until I see the flight attendant sit down and strap up, and it's mid-flight.
That shit
I
is
do
scary.
not like that.
I hate that.
I do not like that at all.
I watched Top Gun on my flight back from Colorado. It made me feel like the pilot was a pussy. Like, why aren't you doing barrel rolls and shit like they are in Top Gun? Like,
right.
Look at Maverick out there going crazy. Rooster's looking pretty good. You're just flying in a straight line. Like, how impressive is that?
Hey,
That's such a spenny answer.
Hey, I'm saying is Denzel flew a plane upside down on coke and alcohol.
That is true.
I'm just saying, like,
especially if you're flying out west, if you're going someplace out west, you just accept the fact that moment you just described, Neil, it usually starts with this. Okay, folks, we're heading to the Rockies, and it looks like there's some kind of disturbance. You just accept the fact that there's going to be disturbance at the Rockies, and maybe order an extra whiskey or
bourbon
five.
them up.
Right. Just I'm cool. Just let me get Let me get a little medicine to me, and I'll be okay.
Get the good times flowing. That's what I like to do. Woodward Sports chat thread. Q-Ball 93. Our biggest loss is Badgley. How's Jake Bates been doing?
Yeah, I was just it's something for you to rag on me on.
Oh, the room got quiet all of a sudden. That's
hey,
weird.
Hey, no, Neil, right here, me, because I've been the biggest supporter of Jake Bates
How's
here
he
so
doing?
far. He hasn't been consistent, but I mean, this is something that could possibly right as the season goes along.
So he's not making 80% of his kick.
He's not.
Kicking is so important today because that's another one of those things. Like, even in the last 10 years, okay? Neil, there was a time if a dude was routinely hitting 49-yard field goals, all of us were going, wow, okay? That's nothing. Okay, so I get the length. I get that people get all excited about Bates banging 58, 59, 60, etc., okay? But if you're not hitting those 35s, 38s, and 42s, those got to be gimmies today, man. That's just that they got to be gimmies today. So I didn't hear your take on it. I kind of can pick up on it. I felt the same way. I don't care how big your leg is. I couldn't care less.
I don't either.
I don't care, okay? We are running into the same situation a lot of people felt we were in last year. Okay, I'm not in a position right now where I trust my kicker a whole heck of a lot to go out there and make a kick that should be, key and operative word, should be automatic. And that's a concern. I don't know how anybody else can say it. To your point, all right, if dude goes out there and goes 4 for 4 one game, 3 for 3 the other, okay, cool,
Yeah.
we're fine. But if that was the MO, and the reason why he hadn't really caught on in the National Football League to begin with, and we're seeing this in camp, well, yeah, red flag has to go up. It has to go up. But I'm also going to say there are a lot of answers sitting out there with these kickers. All right? It's not quite like I got to go find myself an edge or I got to go find. There's a lot of answers sitting out there. I think for obvious reason, people are kind of pulling for Bates.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure he's going to do it. I hope he proves me wrong.
Riley Patterson got cut again.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Bring him home?
Yeah.
Are we bringing him home? Are we bringing kickers home?
Riley Patterson.
Bring him home. We starting the campaign, Spenny? It's early. It's early for a bring him home
Bring home
campaign.
Riley Patterson.
Let's loosen. Guys, we can't just come down here and do everything in one day.
You're
all right?
right,
Like,
right.
we got crack your knuckles a little bit, man.
Yeah, loosen up.
Loosen up a little. Let's
Yeah.
ease into this,
Should I
everybody.
pass out?